What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of the Road to Redemption podcast. I'm, as always, your grateful host, Cam Williamson. Let's get right into it. Day 10, day 11 of the Johnny Depp trial. We are in the thick of things now. Okay, so you have to have kind of been paying attention to the case, even a little bit. If not, I'm going to try to catch up as much as I can, right? Johnny Depp, Amber Heard get divorced. And their divorce decree, it is that Johnny Depp is going to pay $7 million to Amber Heard. It is agreed by them in this divorce decree that she will donate $3.5 million to the ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union, and half to a child hospital in California. Got it? Okay. Today in court, we heard from a high executive attorney of the ACLU. So, when this all goes down, the divorce decree, Johnny Depp is very specific. I want all of this to be kept out of the public. Okay? We all know Amber Heard, not big on following rules, kind of big on just doing whatever the fuck she wants to do. Okay, let's move on. Goes to the ACLU, says, hey, I'm going to do this. Here's $350,000 from Amber Heard, to my knowledge right now. Then Johnny Depp pays, I think it was either $500,000 or I think it was $300,000 from Johnny Depp in Amber Heard's name, donates it to the ACLU. Okay. Apparently, per the divorce decree, Amber Heard was not getting this $7 million in one lump payment. She was going to be receiving it in payments. That's why ACLU would be receiving her donation of $3.5 million in lump sum payment, or in, blocked out payments. Okay. Then we get a payment to Amber Heard's name from like a fidelity union, like a non-profit business, apparently, that is, it's a hedge fund of sorts, I guess, probably a bad word to use, but it's a account that people can put money into, usually very wealthy people, and that's what they donate to charities and nonprofits to. Okay? They believe at the ACLU that this investment group that made this $500,000 donation to the ACLU in Amber Heard's name was owned by Elon Musk. Okay, we know that Elon Musk and Amber Heard dated. It's been said that they even messed around while Johnny Depp and Amber Heard were dating each other. He was, like I said yesterday, he accused Amber Heard of cheating on him with Elon Musk. Okay. So it's complicated, right? It's very complicated. As we get into yesterday's testimony, not a lot happened, right? They talked to an agent who was an agent of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, right? And that is weird because in that, you saw that this guy was benefiting from both of their lives, both of their careers. That's interesting already. Then there's a split between the two, and apparently, after Amber Heard filed the restraining order, she used my Siri's going off. My Siri's been recording me this whole time. I don't know why. She used this agent to try to be a mediator between her and Johnny Depp to fix their relationship after she already filed for a restraining order. That's not good. You can't file for a restraining order from someone and then start backdooring your way to try to talk to them, right? That's going to be bad for you. So we're seeing that Amber Heard, and it's going to get a little more complicated with the ACLU because they started talking and they're still currently talking. I started this episode because I think I get the point of what this guy's going to do, and court proceedings are known to be repetitive and monotonous for no reason. And if he looks bored, I can assume it's going to be boring. And I'm going to catch up in between, and maybe there'll be a second video today if something crazy happens. But so Amber Heard goes to the ACLU and says, I'm going to make these donations. She never signs a pledge agreement. So that's big. That's her saying, I am not willing to put on paper right now that I'm going to continuously pledge. But they did inquire about her being a public ambassador for the ACLU. Okay, of course, she wants the public recognition without pledging to do the work, but that seems to be Amber Heard's shtick, right? She likes that kind of shit. And then she has other people donating the money that she's supposed to be donating. And she was trying to get it counted towards her overall pledge of $3.5 million so she could then keep that money and not donate it like was agreed upon. And then they start talking about public relations, putting out press releases, and people. It was stated that a day or so after her initial $350,000 contribution to the ACLU came in, that press started to inquire about this, and they kind of contacted Amber Heard's legal team and her about, hey, are we going to write up a press release about you doing this? And I think originally they wanted to, and they started working on it, and then Amber Heard got hesitant about it. And again, I think when the heat started to come in, Amber Heard started to feel the walls come in around her a little bit because she was breaking so many rules. Like, again, you're not donating the money you're supposed to be donating. Then you're trying to be a public ambassador for the charity that you're not donating to, but you're actually having your ex-boyfriends donate to on your behalf, who you seem to be abusing. And then on top of that, you want to make sure that you could be seen as, again, an ambassador while not pledging anything to this organization. Every time I feel like it can't get more complex is to like how evil natured and how like actually in an evil way conspiratorial this lady can be. It seems as though she's either an opportunist who is just very quick on her feet, or it's almost like she makes these plans, these ways that she knows she's going to get in and just take everybody for what they've got. And she's just going to walk away benefiting everything, leaving nothing. And if she doesn't get away, she becomes this hissy fit little brat that'll smack you and throw shit at you and do whatever. And then if you, for any reason, get past the, berating of, you can't fucking leave me and all that, you hear it. Man, if you've ever been in a relationship with somebody who does one of those breakdowns, I call it a complete narcissistic flip out, which is where they start going, you can't even, and you can't understand anything they're saying. It's just ridiculous. And usually while they're doing that, they're going, if you, and they're like dragging down on you and they're pulling you down. If you leave, I'm gonna get, and you're like, come on, yo, I don't have time for this today. And it could be over anything. It could just be over like you guys had a disagreement and you're like, yeah, I don't have time for this. I got to go to work. And you try to leave for work. I can't believe you're just going to leave while we're fighting. And it's like, it's a hyperventilation mixed with like a lot of times they'll like fall on the ground and like just start convulsing while they're doing this. And a lot of it is a show. It's just a big overreaction. And again, I'm sorry to say this, but over the last it's happened for a long time, but it's being exposed a lot in my generation where women, I'll say this, use emotional reactions to make situations seem worse than what they were. What happened yesterday? They were trying to make much about Amber Heard swelling around her face. Guys, I don't know if you've ever been around a woman who's gotten hysterical. They blush a little. They tend to get a little red around the face. So, again, someone who can throw themselves into one of these hysterias, where, again, I've been around people who during these hysterias have like borderline hallucinated and thought they were seeing people who were passed. That's how gone some of these people can get. And it's crazy to watch a woman sit there and try to be so like, how dare these people say anything about me? It's like, yo, they have you on tape. What is the benefit now of even trying to be like, no, hey, yo, guys, hey, my bad. Like, it's so over for Amber Heard at this point. Like, on top, just layers stacking on top of layers, stacking on top of layers. Even if her case in chief, I mean, again, outside of it having a direct video thing or an admitting of Johnny Depp himself going, yes, I hit her, they will clutch to the thinnest hairline string that they possibly could to stretch the definition of abuse in this case to make any rational jury member think that Amber Heard should not lose this case at this point. I mean, it's crazy. This ACLU attorney is boring as sand. I mean, he's hard to watch. And again, a lot of this stuff, we're talking dollars, cents. We're talking people that hide money through investment firms. We're talking big people shit here, folks. We're talking big money. We're not talking about, like, again, most of our homes that are probably listening to this don't cost $350,000 or $3.5 million or $500,000. Any of the numbers that are talked about going towards this charity foundation because of a divorce settlement, right? If I lost $7 million in my divorce settlement, guess what? I wouldn't have any money until I was like forever. So, it's like, now given Johnny Depp had a lot of money, but it was like, we have to remember what we're dealing with here. There's levels to the game of life. And when you start playing in these crazy levels with this crazy amount of money and people just think that they can do whatever they want, like I said yesterday with the police officers, when you get to this level of whether it be public servant or public figure, people want to know. They're interested. What makes you different than me? Because I have a strong suspicion that you're not. I could do that, right? That's everybody's thing. Well, I could do that. You watch a movie that's so well done, you go, well, I could do that. She's just playing a mean person. I could be a mean person. And you're like, yeah, I know you can. Trust me, I know. But that's different. She's acting. Where now you see, and again, I don't know Amber Heard as an actress. I've never seen one of her movies that I know of. I'm not going to watch Aquaman. Haven't seen the first one, so I don't know if she was in that. I don't know. I don't know anything about her as an actress, but I'm sure she could play a mean lady. Doesn't seem like that would come too foreign to her. But also, like, you could see Johnny Depp is kind of not really character acting when he plays Captain Jack Sparrow and some of these other characters either, like the Sweeney Todds. Like, that's pretty much you, my guy. I don't think you murder people while you attempt to cut their hair, but that's you. That's you. With the dress and the outfit and the hair and the drama and the singing, that's you. So again, he is one of the greatest actors of our generation. The Mad Hatter, that's not him. Edward Scissorhands, that's not him. He's had a ton of other Blow, one of my favorite movies of all time. He's had tons of Black Mass, was a great movie. Some of these other serious ones that aren't Tim Burton related, I get caught up in the Tim Burton-esque. Obviously, you guys can see I like that type of stuff. But you look at him, he is a very well-rounded guy, and he is very articulate. He is very smart while he is very creative, and he is very kind of wandery, I always seem to call it. But I think Johnny Depp was a genuinely nice, romantic, chivalrous man who at some point really irritated this woman. I don't know what he did. And again, a lot of it could come back to his alcohol use. Why he's choosing to say he doesn't have an alcohol problem, I was critical of the other day. And I've since thought about it, and I go, he's had a lot said about him recently. Right? Is that fair to say? Johnny Depp's had a lot said about him recently. And he is strongly standing against everything that has been said about him. He's owning some of it, his language and the way he speaks. He's owning that. He's not willing to own that he had a drinking or cocaine problem. I had an issue with that as someone who is sober from alcohol. So I'm watching it going, that seems a lot like denial. Here's the speculation, and I did talk about this. When you use substances, it's not really anyone else's right to tell you what your limit with that is. If you choose to either use them in excess, not use them at all, use them just a little bit, that is fully your choice. How far down the addiction rabbit hole you get is different from every person's genetic lineup and everything up to and including the choice you make moment by moment, right? So every person has the right. If you want to have wine for breakfast in the morning and you want to do 3 tequila shots and you want to have a whiskey with lunch and then you can do that. Now, you cannot operate a vehicle. You will get fired if you go into work after doing things like this. But as a human being, it's not illegal for you to consume that much alcohol. So you're not doing anything wrong, right? If you're drinking all day long. People day drink on vacation and they're not doing anything illegal. So if he doesn't have a problem with what he's doing and he is okay with that, then it's not for her to say, stop doing that. she has the right to say, I will not be with someone who does these things. And then he has the right to do what he seemingly does and go, well, then let's just separate. Let's just go. But then she can't go, well, what the fuck? You're choosing alcohol over me? And he's going, no, I'm just choosing not to be put in an ultimatum. I don't have a problem with the way I live my life. You have a problem with the way I live my life. I'm going to keep living my life the way I want to, and I want you to live your life the way you want to, so let's do that. No, because then I'm alone. And you see the fear of abandonment come out, and you're like, oh. But a lot's being made, it looks like they're on break, a lot's being made right now about the borderline personality disorder, which I completely blanked on in that episode, and bipolar disorder, because there is a big distinction. Bipolar disorder is actually it's an issue. It's an imbalance in your brain that causes you to seek dopamine, serotonin, and you could be quite impulsive. Manic episodes, depressive episodes lasting for certain amounts of time, spiking and going down. Got it? Now, that depends on bipolar 1, bipolar 2. They depend whether a depressive episode is needed or not. I have BP1, which means a depressive episode is not necessarily, but I have them quite often. Or I'm sorry, BP1, the depressive episode is necessary. That's the one I have, where you can get quite low, and then out of nowhere, you'd be like, I'm running shit. I'm doing this. Let's go. And you just think that you can handle every single thing that sometimes you cannot, right? Okay. That's just me personally. Borderline personality disorder is an issue in your personality. Now, it's an issue, I guess, defined by you. You're going to seek help, right? Or someone is sending you to seek help where they're going, okay, your behavior is erratic. You are doing things, and BPD could lead to a bipolar disorder or bipolar disorder diagnosis. It could. You could be a stepping stone to get there once you've exuded certain behaviors over a matter of time, right? And that's in testing and stuff like that. Personality disorders both are saying that you understand the difference. So you're not psychotic, you're not schizophrenic, you're not any of these things where you're not in touch with reality. You're in touch with what's going on. With borderline personality disorder, it's just a part of your personality that you could be very kind to people one moment, or you could fake very kind and you could put this appearance on, camouflage around certain people. And then when allowed to be raw, you could be very hateful and very mean with all these very adrenaline-driven, rage-filled, specifically used by the doctor, rage-filled like rants. That's possible for someone with borderline personality disorder, where they kind of adjust to what the room is, and they always seemingly have an extreme way to react, either a complete shutdown or a complete overreaction, right? Where with bipolar disorder, for me, I could go 3 months and be perfectly fine, do my routine, no problem, not really having an issue. My thing is around 6 months. About every 6 months, my brain goes, hey, want to take a ride? Let's go. Let's go all the way back from everything you can ever remember. And if any of that shit hurt, let's focus on each one of those for about a month each. So then you go through another 6 months of deciphering that, dealing with depressive episodes, dealing with, and then some days are better than others. Even during the bad 6 months, you could have a week that's pretty good. You could have 4 days that's pretty good. You could have 2 days that's really good, and then back down for, It's tough because you have to just learn, whether it be bipolar disorder or borderline personality disorder, you have to learn to realize what sets things off inside of yourself. What gives me the impulse I got to get the fuck out of here, right? And that's, for me, that's a big one. I got to get the fuck out of here. I don't do well with sitting stagnant for a long amount of time. I got to find something to do, to be on the move and doing, something that gets me all fired up and gets those dopamine receptors firing, or I have to somehow shut it down. I have to meditate and, be able to balance myself back out. And I think it's easy to, instead of finding ways to heal yourself and grow as a person, I think it's easy to justify our behaviors. Well, I'm just this, and I'm just a bad motherfucker and all this. And it's like, yeah, you can keep justifying your bad behavior with playful, antics and comments, and that's all well and good. But I could just tell you, yeah, being a bad person is a slippery slope. You start making poor jokes And then all of a sudden you're around other people that are cool making poor jokes. And then now you're all just kind of making more poor jokes to get more laughs. And then it becomes a part of your personality more. And then that kind of stuff rubs off on you. You start watching movies that make those kind of jokes. And you somehow just become this other side of life that's it's kind of grimy, and it's kind of, it's not good. It's not anything that really anybody wants to be a part of. Some of it's harmless in nature, but it's like, I think we as people have to watch what we consume so much. And I think these trials are good to consume because it shows there are ramifications for your actions, for your words, when you speak, when you treat people ways. When relationships go bad and somebody's trying to make it right by making an honest gesture, fine, $7 million to you. You donate that $7 million because, bitch, if you're such a great actress, go get that money. You don't need mine. I took care of you for years. Fucking go. Go do that. Donate that money. Okay? And then such a person goes, fuck all. I'm going to just take your money. Well, bitch, that's why I divorced you in the first place, because that's all you wanted me for. You were just taking my money. You just wanted me for that and the fame and the clout. And then even then, he didn't really make a scene of it. He's like, fucking whatever. But then you want to use my name as a stepping stool to the Me Too movement so you can gain some clout? Oh, hell no. Nope, not Johnny Depp, you're not. Because he is one of few people, maybe 2 handfuls of people that could afford to be doing this right now. And that's real. That's very real. And right now we're on morning break, so I'm going to start wrapping it up. Guys, check it out. Look, I'm going to stand up real quick. If you're not checking out the YouTube, you should be. The new design for Mad Mental Design. I got to do it like this because I'm short, or I'm tall. The new design for Mad Mental Designs, they are up on the roadtoredemptionpodcast.com. Do me a huge favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, go check out the store, get you some awesome new merch. I'll tell you, this is my favorite line that I've put out yet. This is the most comfortable. These house pants are, I'm probably never going to take these things off. So here's to seeing me in these house pants and probably different colored ones for many episodes to come. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.